Faith can save you. Faith can destroy you. And sometimes faith is the trap someone else sets. Heretic, a 2024 film, is a psychological horror wrapped in theology, manipulation, and the terrifying certainty that belief alone can justify the unthinkable. Two young missionaries knock on the wrong door, a door that asks questions they can't answer, a door that listens too closely, a door that will not let them leave. This is Heretic, explained. A story about power, doubt, punishment, and the twisted shape faith can take in the wrong hands. The film opens with a familiar sight. Two young women, Sister Paxton and Sister Barnes, moving from door to door with quiet optimism, preaching their message. They are disciplined, polite, rehearsed. Their faith is not just belief, but identity. When they knock on one particular home, the door opens just a crack. A man inside whispers, "Please, help me." The missionaries step forward, concerned, ready to comfort, but the door slams shut behind them. Instantly, the tone shifts. The man, Mr. Reed, calm and soft-spoken, locks the door. "I've been waiting for someone like you," he says. And with that single line, the house becomes a prison. The missionary visit becomes a test of obedience, reason, and belief. But not theirs, his. Mr. Reed is not what he first appears. He is articulate, disturbingly gentle, almost academic. But what he wants is far darker. He wants proof of their faith. Not prayers, not devotion, sacrifice. The house is boarded, locked, and designed like a psychological maze. The first room contains 2 chairs and a tape recorder. Mr. Reed plays an audio message, a theological riddle. If God ordered you to kill someone, would you do it? Sister Paxton remains calm. Sister Barnes is shaken. Mr. Reed steps into the light and says, "Abraham was willing to kill his son because God asked him to. Would you do the same?" They refuse to answer. Reed smiles. Then we begin. The women attempt to escape, but every door leads to another locked chamber. A study filled with theology books lined up like weapons. A basement with a single chair and a rope hanging above it. A bathroom where the water runs red for reasons no pipe can explain. Every room is crafted to challenge something different. Memory, conviction, morality, obedience. At one point, Reed sits opposite them and begins dissecting their faith with surgical precision. "You believe because you were told to believe," he says. But belief without doubt is not faith. It is indoctrination. Sister Barnes breaks down, insisting God has a plan. Reed leans in with a chilling whisper. "Does God have a plan? Or do you simply need him to?" Sister Paxton remains silent, watching, calculating, searching for flaws. She realizes this is not a crisis of his belief. It is his sport. Reed eventually forces the women into separate rooms. Isolation is his most powerful torture. No light, no time, no sound, except their own heartbeat and doubt. Through small vents, Reed's voice slips in like poison. "Barnes, Paxton doesn't care about you. She wants to escape alone. Paxton, Barnes has already broken. Will you break too?" This psychological divide-and-conquer strategy deepens the film's terror. Because Reed is right about one thing. Faith falters fastest when you feel abandoned. When the doors reopen, both women have changed. Barnes is trembling, tear-streaked, desperate. Paxton has hardened, face white with fear, but eyes sharp with purpose. Reed leads them down a dark stairwell. "Now," he says, "let's see which of you God saves." At the bottom of the stairs is a single table, and on it, a knife. Reed tells them one can leave alive, but they must decide who. It is Abraham's sacrifice turned into twisted theater. Barnes immediately refuses. Paxton remains silent, thinking. Reed presses the blade into her hand. "Show me your faith." Paxton steps toward Barnes', and for a moment it looks like she will obey. Barnes screams, "Paxton, don't!" Paxton suddenly turns and slashes at Reed instead. The knife cuts only his arm, but the act breaks his illusion of control. Reed stumbles back, more shocked than wounded. "So," he says quietly, "your faith chooses violence." Paxton answers, "My faith chooses freedom." Chaos erupts. The women flee through the house, Reed limping behind them, spouting scripture, twisted into threats. Every hallway looks identical. Every door leads to another trap. Reed's voice follows. "If God wanted you to leave, he would open the door." Paxton shouts back, "God helps those who help themselves." They find a back room with boarded windows. Paxton grabs a heavy lamp and smashes through the boards. Outside, cold air hits them like salvation. But Reed grabs Barnes's ankle, dragging her back inside. Paxton turns, screams her name, and rushes back in. For the first time, Barnes fights, kicking, clawing, refusing to be the sacrifice Reed wants. Together, they overpower him long enough to escape the house. Dawn breaks as they run down the empty suburban street. The world looks painfully normal. Children's bikes on lawns, sprinklers running, birds chirping. Yet everything has changed. Police arrive minutes later, storming the house. Officers emerge with Reed restrained. He smiles at Paxton as he's carried into the cruiser. "Remember," he whispers, "your faith saved you. Or damned you." Barnes breaks down sobbing. Paxton stands still, alive, free but shattered. She whispers, "Why us?" And the film gives no answer. Because there isn't one. Reed didn't choose them because of divine plan. He chose them because they knocked. Heretic is a psychological puzzle, but its core themes are brutally simple. 1. Faith can justify anything. Reed uses scripture the way cult leaders do. Selectively, manipulatively, violently. He believes he is testing others, but really he is proving his own delusion. 2. Doubt is not weakness, it is humanity. Barnes doubts, Paxton questions. These weaknesses are what save them. 3. Blind obedience is the real danger. Reed admires Abraham for nearly sacrificing Isaac. But the film argues, obedience without morality is not faith, it's fanaticism. 4. Trauma reshapes belief. The final shot of Paxton's face, still reflecting, suggests she will never view faith the same way again. The world did not deliver her miracle. She delivered herself. 5. Evil does not always look monstrous. Sometimes it looks polite, calm, educated. Like a man who says softly, "Sit, let's talk about God." Heretic is a terrifying reminder that belief, whether religious, ideological, or emotional, becomes dangerous when someone else believes it for you. It isn't a film about God. It's a film about the people who weaponize God to control others. And it asks one final, haunting question. If faith demanded you surrender your humanity, would you notice before it was too late? Thanks for watching the Pulse movie. Subscribe for more deep psychological breakdowns, explained one heartbeat at a time.